Video log. Star date 3242. Uh, it's Thursday, 2024. Just wanted to do a, a thought on uh, the court processions. Housekeeping for the piping community. Got my GW Cobb and in it some Burley Plate number 3. Uh, Throughout the proceedings, starting with the jury selection, the the selection itself, I don't know how that played out, but what was the deciding factors, except for the people that wanted excuses and didn't want to serve. Some had valid excuses, some didn't. Even some that had what I would consider valid, she selected anyway, and I was glad that she did. It was a young Dungeons and Dragons kid, uh, didn't have a CPAP mask and was having problems sleeping, and she selected him anyway. He always stayed off to himself reading a book and ended up being one of the most intelligent ones there. Uh, the whole group of people that I experienced this with, some had did court duty before, some hadn't. I was one of the ones that hadn't, and it was very touching. It was very inside our group. It was almost like a family. When we would come in there and have our breaks together, like being on the job site, it's kind of like a second family. Uh, Working in construction, especially like in the plant situations or a place where you go on a daily basis. Um, the judge, the defendant's lawyer, the state lawyer, and their entourage, their secretaries or whatever was there. Um, some brilliant things was done. Some chess playing moves. I I didn't look at it as good fighting bad. I looked at it more like a football game, and you was at the home field. I don't feel a need to discuss what the person was that we had to um, make a decision on, but I will say it was a big federal drug case. The officer that was there throughout most of the case, that was the head of the task force, and a very cool person. Very, it's almost like having someone that you watch from a movie, if you're into that law type movie, or like Grimm, you know, fighting monsters. That's what he was. I never got to speak it to him one on one. Didn't get to speak to anyone till after the trial and it was all over. Then the judge and everybody come in, and it was a wonderful experience. You know, meeting as a person. You know, human being to human being, not judge or lawyer or whatever. And we sat and discussed. You know, uh, what our thoughts was, how could we make the process better, where did we fail in our procedures, you know, helping them sharpen and hone their abilities to make good decisions and follow the letter of the law. The law is is written words, and you have to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. You know, you have to be very precise, and they were very concise too, for us making explanations, explaining exactly what was transpiring to the best of their ability. Some things I didn't agree with. Some things I think could have been done better. Some of the things I think were just um, in the gray area. I'll just say that. Um, the judged um, party had kids, and that was heartbreaking. You know, knowing that he made this decision to do what he was doing and didn't think about the consequences for the kids. Um, I enjoyed a bunch of potato chips with everybody. I had one of my fellow jurors, he nicknamed me Chip, and I thought that was funny because that's what my son's mother used to call me. Um, what I was going through to be there, um, m- my wife, Marcia, had left to help her niece uh, in Jasper. Uh, she was having a baby, and she had to watch the babies and their special needs, and being in a different environment. She's very homebody, and she likes things a certain way. Uh, my part in that, not having to deal with any of that, other than her being away from me, and we're never away from each other, was being home alone, uh, having all these thoughts and all these processes. You know, you're trying to you're trying to be fair. Would be the best word, I think. But her not being here left some I don't know, some stabilization to who I am normally. Uh, that Monday, whenever I come in, that was my first day. Uh, my, my second love right now is Meow Kitty. You see her in all my videos, and um, whenever I come home, she runs in front of the car and jumps up on the back of the seat so she can see me. Well, that day there was that eclipse. It was kind of sprinkling rain. I don't know what happened, but she ran up underneath the car and I ran over her. And I couldn't find her. I tracked her. I because there was blood. I tracked her. I lost the blood trail, and I just went inside, and was just like you can imagine, you know, knowing that I could have possibly killed her, but knowing also that a I had a duty to do. So the next day I show up. I didn't find her that night. The next day I show up is Tuesday. Um, Come home, still no sign of her. Um, I am. I don't know if you can see on my tattoo there that red spot. Uh, uh, Tore up with poison sumac. I was itching. I couldn't take any antihistamines because it makes me go to sleep. Um, I put some hydrocortisone to try to keep it down, but I was just, miserable um, with the itch. Um, we go through our proceedings. This is Tuesday. Tuesday night, horrible bad storms. Lots of rain was dropped up there where my wife is at, and also where her mother and stepfather live. And they was flooded inside their house. They couldn't even get out. Um, I showed up for court. I showed up to perform my duty. After the storm, whenever the severe part left, I was just outside. I would go outside every now and again and just holler for. I say meow kitty, and that's her name, and I can say it one time, and she always comes running to me. It's not like I have to say it several times, but I was just out there in the yard hollering like a crazy man and praying. Um, she come out of the gas grill. Uh, she's never been, to my knowledge, been in there, but she was in the bottom part of the gas grill where the gas bottle goes, and come out wobbling. Her jaw's all messed up. She's all wet and muddy. Just looked horrible. And I picked her up and brought her inside. You can imagine, if you love your animal or see something in that context, that how it affect you. The last day we this was Wednesday, the last day of the court where they closed it out. Then we had to go into deliberations, and it was kind of split. There was some, like I said, there was some uh, shady stuff going on both parties, and we was trying to be fair, be fair and just. Uh, we didn't complete our deliberations that day, and it rolled over to the fourth day. And the fourth day, um, I think 10:30, we had all concluded our decision and was unanimous. We had to be unanimous in everything. And with that many jurors, you got that many people in a room all trying to think the same way, or not think the same way, but come to the same conclusion. And I was impressed by the younger generation who didn't just they questioned everything. That was pretty eye opening. Uh, the women that was in there thought a certain way. Um, the middle-aged people thought a certain way, and the old people thought a certain way. Um, just a great experience afterwards. Whenever we sent in our our final judgment, went to the judge, went back into the courtroom for the concluding judgment on that case. We go back to the jury room, and all you, the judge come there, the lawyers come there, and we just talk as human beings. Uh, I had that. You had the option to leave right afterwards. I sat there for a little bit, and I asked a couple of questions and listened to um, some of the pertinent questions that was asked of, why you did this, or what did you think about this, or how was this procedure accomplished. I I shook the judge's hand. I commended everyone the on both sides, um, and left. Come home, got Meow Kitty, uh, made sure she was okay. Went to the plasma center. Um, Before the plasma center, I stopped by the vet to find out how much it was going to be just to get them to see her. It's like $50, then 135 for the X-rays. So kind of low on cash, so I run to the plasma center to donate. Come back, got Meow Kitty, brought her up there, and they couldn't see me till in the morning. This is Thursday night. So at 9:44, I'll bring Meow Kitty up there and let him assess what's going on with her. After I get her, after I get her settled or whatever's going to transpire, I just found out, as you know, if you follow me on Instagram, also that my sister has cancer, and the 23rd or 24th we go to find out, what is uh, what is the next step in the procedure, or whatever she has to do to I don't know. Cancer is what it is. Uh, then after I'm gonna spend the night with her, and then I'll drive. That was my soup spoon. I mean my bean spoon where I stir it. Um, I will go up and see if Marsha's parents need help. I'll also check on Marsha, but I just wanted everyone to know what was on uh, my plate, and still have to do your duty as your civic duty. As you want things to be better and complaining about it, be there. Them folks is there all the time having that weight of decision making, and you never know who's going to come in there and who's going to be mad at you for what you do. But you have to do it. You have to stand up and say, this is what's right and this is what's wrong. And um, the the forces of good and the forces of evil are always present, just like there's dark and there's light. And just show who you are. Not telling you how to live your life, not telling you what's right or wrong, but you have to make a decision, a conscious decision. A conscious decision isn't just a thought process, it's also what's in the heart. But whenever you deal with the litigation inside the court, it's just what's the information that's given to you during that course, and you have to make a decision on that. Um, I'm going to conclude this episode. I'm in the kitchen. Uh, I've done let my pipe go out, and I didn't bring my lighter, but I'll show you something pretty. Let me hit the overhead light. Oh, look on the um, beautiful crock pot of baked beans and sausage. I didn't get seasoned sausage. I just got some ground pork. Let me get this up. Got a soup spoon in there. I'll wash it up and give it a stir. I had stirred it and washed it. That's why I was just hanging there. But guys, that's what's been going on in my life. I'm going to light up my pipe again and sit there and contemplate and watch over Meow Kitty till in the morning. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. Uh, if any of the jurors watch this, they have my name, and I told them, I was on social media. Oh, that stuff's in my beard. It's all from my hats all up on my head. I look like an acne kid um, in court. But uh, beautiful people out there, if you pay attention. Uh, Even the ones that aren't doing right at the same time have some beauty to them. They're still a soul. Um, Tell people about Jesus. Be good. Peace out from Texas.